safety training day stuff here next, we're up to?
Good turn.
Morning.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yep. Do we need a projector still or no?
No.
alright, so,
I'm back a couple weeks ago, we talked about our safety training day that was postponed from last fall. I think you probably have like a tentative agenda based on what has been discussed. The seatbelt safety is something that IMWCA has suggested. I'm still trying to hone in on the exact time frame of when those speakers can, or when that speaker can be here. He is checking with the supervisor. Harassment is something that is in our handbook that we are supposed to offer annually. And then I think we've discussed, in particular with last fall, we've had some changes with security in the courthouse and just going over that with employees. It's been a few years since we've had an active participation. Those deputies have come around and talked to each office, but it's been, I'm thinking 4 or 5 years since there's been a full opportunity for that. So that's what I have discussed, and then I think you guys maybe have some other things that you're looking at for the afternoon, but if we were to look at what we're proposing, that it be till about 11:55, then lunch.
and then the speaker that I mentioned here is listed for the afternoon. Any thoughts or questions from anyone?
So would that afternoon speaking session be 3 hours then? As
Yeah.
listed? Okay.
Yeah, it could potentially even, I mean, if we could possibly even move that up. I'd have to work with him yet on schedule, but, he could even speak during lunch if we have lunch provided and stuff. People could eat while he's talking too, but, that could be sorted out either way.
I do have to say, I mean, coordinating lunch for everybody would be a little bit of a challenge, and this agenda is very tight, there's no breaks really put in there. So I think we need to look at that too. I think there usually typically is a natural break, but condensing it,
And
there's no scheduled breaks.
he would have breaks built in the afternoon for sure. I mean, I can't speak to the morning, but he wouldn't be constant for 3 or 4 hours.
Who would pay for the lunch? That'd have to come out of the safety budget.
Safety budget's about 2,500, and so, well, because we've already spent some, so it's probably even, I think it's a 3,000 line item, but we have spent.
I don't think there's anybody that would pay for the lunch.
I mean, I guess you
We,
don't have to do a fancy lunch.
no, and we are paying employees for that hour. That gets discussed quite often. I think several members of this board have made comments about the fact that we do pay for that lunch hour, so.
For the courthouse employees, not the road workers or the sheriff, I don't think they get paid for their lunch.
They have a half hour unpaid. But
It's going
that's
down a
a
whole
different,
rabbit
You're opening up a whole can
Yeah.
of worms now.
Whole rabbit hole.
we're talking about the safety meeting.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm just saying that there's a lot of dynamics to coordinating all of that. We have done that in the past, I think when there was a different budget, but I think that that's a whole, I think the public purpose has come across.
Mhm.
So what is it we need to decide here then? As far as setting the day?
I would say the date,
And
the agenda, and I guess if you choose to add anything, I think that's probably a separate
Location.
discussion, because I'm not
Sure.
and not within the capacity to have the budget for that.
Do we need to set a location too?
Well, that would be, I did check, I mean, if we do the morning, I'm thinking the courthouse proper, just because that's where the training should occur.
Sure.
It might be a little tight, but even for those speakers, we could probably meet up in the top courtroom, just for those 20-minute
Yeah,
sessions. The nature center is available if you were to choose to go that direction in the afternoon. I don't think the capacity would be, it'd be a little tight in the elections.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there'd be no tables,
With
everybody would have to be in chairs,
Right, so,
okay,
and you'd have to choose if you're gonna close the courthouse to the public.
correct.
right. Yeah, I think that was the thing a couple weeks ago, the actual closing to conduct the training.
Yeah.
Or,
Okay. Well, I would make a motion to approve the agenda for safety training and employee training and for February 21st, 2024 at the Water's Edge Nature Center in the afternoon and the courthouse in the morning, I guess. Or does that need to be included in the motion?
Probably don't need the location
Okay.
in the motion, but closing the courthouse.
And closing the
would
court,
need to
and
be
closing
in
the
motion.
courthouse in connection with that,
Okay,
For the full day.
for the full day.
do we have a second to that motion? I'll second it. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Motion carried unanimous.
so at this point, I will just let employees know to be determined, to schedule that day and department heads in particular, so that they're in awareness. And then you can let me know as to how you wanna work out the details for the afternoon.
And I will get a hold of the media and put it on our website and Facebook.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Don.
Yeah, thanks, Tom.
Alright, do we wanna
Call
call
Doug?
Doug? Yep. Ooh.
I'm gonna grab coffee, please.
Morning, Doug, we're about ready for you in the boardroom.
Restroom.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Are you here for anything in particular, or
Just
observing?
this next agenda, part of the agenda.
Oh, the secondary road unit, okay. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing you or whatever for something there.
I'd speak up.
Are you representing are you with the union or representing someone? Or
Here for ratings.
Reddings? Oh, for the,
Gravel
gravel crushing, okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, I was thinking. The next agenda item would be the secondary road bargaining unit agreement, but yeah,
Oh.
gravel crushing is.
Good morning.
Morning,
Oh, we're covered. Sorry.
you're good, no worries.
They went to grab coffee.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, you bet.
I just need it to connect my phone because it has
Oh.
a makeup all over it.
Alright. Alright, so next agenda is discussing the secondary road collective bargaining unit agreement. This is